When a witness did respond to the scene, he went to try to help and said the man was being responsive to his question. All of the trees surrounding their property, and the National Weather Service says that may just have helped protect this house. Wearing a mask, a hoodie, some gloves, and blue jeans, he was hard to identify, but luckily they had multiple camera angles. The use of social media as an investigative tool started about 3 years ago. A bit scared, she gave the sheriff's office a call, and when they got out here, they quickly realized the man inside that car is the suspect of a murder in Nashville. This developing situation, and Kevin, first of all, what are these firefighters dealing with right now? This burnt down car and this torn up house right behind me show you just how bad this fire was. We're voting on a venue tax that'll fund a multi-purpose arena to replace the Coliseum at one of the bullet holes from that shootout. Thankfully, no person has come in contact with rabies, but these documents show that Hill County has had 3 cases alone in 2019. Flames still burn behind me and smoke just filling the air after a devastating fire on Saturday. Coach Tadlock says his team may have been scoreboard watching on Friday night's game, but that isn't going to be an issue tonight. We have the complete details for this story on our website, everythinglubbock.com. Reporting from Seminole, reporting from Tohoka, reporting from South Lubbock, reporting from Minneapolis. Live for KAMC News, I'm Tori Larned.
Just a couple little walls standing, but everything is burnt, melted, and gone.
18 years of memories, Al Bendeck says, are now buried in ash.
My diplomas, all my military certificates, and my military achievements, everything was burnt, gone.
His business, Slayton Family Medical Clinic, caught in a fury blaze Saturday morning.
I did a lot of crying and soul searching Saturday and Sunday with my family.
But with patients across rural Texas, he had to buckle down. So just days after the fire, he opened a makeshift clinic inside a business nearby.
I got up at 6 o'clock this morning and I hit a number of different stores in Lubbock and got blood pressure cuffs and pulse oximeters and some supplies.
Jason Corley, a Lubbock County commissioner, lives across the street from the rubble.
I think the oxygen bottles blew up inside of the clinic. We could see those. That was a pretty big fireball that kind of came out through the front. At some point, the wall over here on this side fell down. About that time, the back wall of the clinic had blown out as well.
He says this clinic is important to their town.
Al's who I've used for years. It's a very busy clinic.
Corley is just one of many patients who Bendeck can't let down. So he's already rebuilding a new clinic just doors away.
I kind of made up my mind that, we need to continue.
Tori Larned, KAMC News.
Until yesterday when they found those ducks stuck in this storm drain. That's when they decided they had to go on a rescue mission. Cheers. And some quacks. Filled whole park knowing 2 ducks are finally free.
I'm like elated. It's the best feeling in the world.
Stephanie Long and her son were picking up trash and feeding the ducks at the park when they noticed the ducks were stuck.
The baby brown duck was all alone.
That's when they called in for backup, getting Lubbock Fire Department in on the rescue mission.
No, Rocco's not in the truck. They tried everything. They tried with poles. They even went through this manhole over here and used a chainsaw to try to scare it back in, because what it did, it hid in a pipe.
With no rescue on day 1, the Longs couldn't lose hope.
We are animal lovers, and so we just can't let go. I can't let go, and it teaches my son, we have to care for all animals because sometimes they can't care for themselves.
And it paid off. 24 hours later, crews finally set the ducks free.
They blocked the hole this time, and we're able to get the fishing net in there and pull them out that way.
The ducks won't have to foot the bill for the fire department's services. Everyone's just quacky. They're okay.
They're going to go live at a farm.
Mama, I was happy.
Entering a home and serving a warrant comes with its dangers.
These are all high-risk search warrants.
As the regional SWAT team, Lubbock County Sheriff's is showing a dozen other smaller cities from across the region the safest ways to get their job done.
Sheriff's Office search warrant! A lot of these guys have been running their own search warrants inside of their own cities with a limited knowledge of how to do that.
Joshua Bartlett with LSO is running the training, 3 days and 30 hours.
These guys are running a full-fledged search warrant from the vehicle, dismount, their approach, the entire search of the residence, and then what they're going to do with those suspects once they get them in custody.
Officers are here from Seminole, Plainview, Rawls, all over. Lieutenant Matthew Coggins with Canyon Police says his team has come for years.
It's at minimal cost to us, really. It's just to come down here and stay and receive some high quality training, and it gets our officers ready to do their job safely in Canyon.
And all of this training, not for the faint of heart.
This is the time that you guys have to make mistakes, push yourselves, see what you have.
Their efforts are helping the entire community.
It's not just safety for the officers, but it's safety for the suspects involved, anybody that might be in the house, and for the community at large.
Tori Larned, KAMC News.
Evening thunderstorms seem to be the trend this week, but the days are still beautiful. Let's get a look outside this morning. Breaking news this morning of a hit and run that killed a woman and her dog. People all over the U.S. heard her story. Now, her family finally laying her to rest this weekend with love and with joy. An arrest warrant issued for Zoe Campos' suspected killer. Every year, the Chamber of Commerce finds some young entrepreneurs who want to test their hands at growing a business. Really quickly about this Facebook page, Storming Area 51, and he has some pretty expressive thoughts on it.
Nuts.